Halo teman-teman, kembali lagi di channel Simak seputar informasi masa kini. Di video ini saya akan membahas prediksi soal PPG tahun 2022 tentang Pedagogik Bahasa Inggris bagian keempat. Untuk bagian 1, 2, dan 3, teman-teman bisa cek di link deskripsi ya. Bagi teman-teman yang baru ketemu channel ini, yuk di subscribe, like, dan share ya. Juga nyalakan loncengnya ya, supaya teman-teman bisa mendapatkan notifikasi tentang video-video lainnya. Prediksi soal PPG tahun 2022 tentang Pedagogik Bahasa Inggris. Soal yang pertama, as the counterbalance to linguistic competence, formulaic competence refer to chunks of language that speaker usually in everyday instructions. It includes the following except A. Idioms, B. Routines, C. Term tracking, D. Collocations, E. Lexical frames. The correct answer is C. Turn taking. Soal nomor 2. Among the areas where our behavior can directly influence our students' motivation to continue participation in EFL classes is determining short-term goal, which include the following except A. The successful writing of an essay, B. The ability to partake in a discussion, C. The possibility of a better job in the future, D. The learning of a small amount of new language, A. The passing of the progress test at the end of the week. The correct answer is C. The possibility of a better job in the future. Soal nomor 3. Applying the humanistic approach, the teacher should encourage supportive atmosphere in the classroom by means of the following except A. Listening to the student, B. Encouraging them to share their feelings, C. Accepting their comment without judgment, D. Fixing the aims for the course or for one lesson, E. Obliging students to do what they plan to do that day. The correct answer is E. Obliging students to do what they plan to do that day. Nomor 4. When putting syllabuses together, an EFL curriculum designer has to consider each item for inclusion in the syllabuses on the basis of the following criteria except A. Learnability, B. Usefulness, C. Frequency, D. Coverage, E. Grading. The correct answer is E. Grading. Soal kelima, the presentation or development step of a lesson plan should involve activities on the part of the student. It should be carried out by keeping in mind the following principle except A. Principle of selection, B. Principle of division, C. Principle of absorption, D. Principle of categorization, E. Principle of successive sequence. The correct answer is D. Principle of categorization. Nomor 6. When assigning the learners in the closure section of the lesson plan, remember that students need to be able to perform their skill on their own. So, keep the following things in mind except A. Make a clear connection between the lesson and the homework. B. Make sure to assign the homework directly after the lesson. C. Clearly explain the excitement to be given to the learners. D. Ask the model student to share their tasks to their classmates. E. Make sure to check for student understanding before sending them off. The correct answer is D. Ask the model student to share their tasks to their classmates. Nomor 7. Free practice designed for an effective lesson plan integrates the focus structure or vocabulary or functional language into student overall language use. It often encourages students to use the target language structures in the following except A. Games and puzzles. B. Small group discussions. C. Quizzes and formative tasks. D. Writing work, paragraphs and essays. E. Long charts listening comprehension practice. The best answer is C. Quizzes and formative tasks. 8. A well-developed lesson plan should be completed with assignments to guide the instructor's choice of assessment measure by providing information about student and class comprehension of the material. The following are among the questions to consider except A. What level of learning do the student needs to attain? B. How does the lesson plan fit particular instructional principle? C. What is the amount of time the instructor wants the student to use? D. How does the assignment fit with the rest of the lesson plan? And E. What is the purpose of the assignment? The correct answer is B. How does the lesson plan fit particular instructional principle? Nomor 9. The closure step of a lesson plan is a chance to determine whether the student need additional practice or to go over the lesson again. The following are examples of closure in an effective lesson plan except A. Summarizing the characteristic of the lesson. B. Discussing new things that the student learns about the lesson. C. Giving them a couple of minutes to read or present the lesson to the class. D. Asking what information from the lesson the student will find important. E. Asking the student to summarize the lesson for student missing the class. The correct answer is C. Giving them a couple of minutes to read or present the lesson to the class. Dan soalan ke-10, the presentation pace of a lesson plan can take a variety of forms. The following are suggestions on how to present new material to class except A. Teacher-centered explanation. B. Student presentation. C. Reading selection. D. Listening selection. E. Guided exercise. The correct answer is D. Guided exercise. Itu dia 10 prediksi soal Pretest Ppg tahun 2022. Untuk soal lainnya, teman-teman bisa cek di link deskripsi ya. Atau langsung meluncur ke playlist YouTube saya ya. Sekian, jangan lupa subscribe.